It really is the million-dollar question. And just making sure that you know what you are valued at. It kind of makes you stand out.
So after we made it through the whole process of finally landing the interview, there's all sorts of the big questions that get asked, and I wanted to know what was your insight on some of these topics. One of which being, why are you leaving your current employer?
It is one that is important, understanding your departure. A lot of times a recruiter is just trying to understand, why did you leave? Was it because there was a toxic workplace? Was it because you were laid off? It gives you the opportunity to not only explain what happened, but also why that happened. So if you were laid off, and I would encourage someone to explain what that layoff looked like and how the rest of the company was affected. That oftentimes can just give a little bit of background context and can help your recruiter determine, what that's looked like for you in the past. Additionally, if something wasn't working out at the company, whether you were fired, it gives you that opportunity to speak to not only that, but what you're looking for in your next job. So I would really encourage you to kind of address that, but then kind of flip it around and talk through, what are you looking for in that next company? Taking that opportunity to not only focus on the negative or something that could feel negative in your mind, and flipping it around to, hey, here's where I was, but here's where I want to go.
Yeah, it's important also, I think, to talk about seeking new challenges, perhaps. These growth opportunities, your career goals, we love getting to know you better in terms of that, or simply just a better fit for your skills. And it's important to keep in mind that as much as possible, keep it professional, positive, and of course, forward-looking.
All right, but now it's time to address the elephant in any interview, and that's salary. What do I do? Do I ask them for a number first? What is the best way to approach asking for a number or receiving an offer?
It really is the million-dollar question. It can be super nerve-wracking, especially if the company doesn't post the range on their jobs. So I understand why this could be something that would make someone nervous. That said, what I would do is come prepared knowing what you're worth. There's a lot of different salary research sites out there, Glassdoor, salary.com. Take the time to look at not only the job that you're considering, but the industry, the location that you're at, the location where your company would be headquartered. Sometimes that is where they're pulling those compensation packages from, and just making sure that you know what you are valued at. If you come prepared with a range or a number, knowing your market research, it kind of makes you stand out because one, it shows that you know your worth, you have confidence, and two, if there is misalignment, or you can even say right now, based off the market, I'm looking to make between 70 and 80,000 a year. But I'm open to hearing more about your budget and how I might be able to negotiate and be flexible with you. Just adding that note of negotiation and flexibility. You might be out of their range, but if you're okay with going a little lower, it can create more of a conversation rather than this big scary question.
Do your research in terms of industry standards and your experiences, your skills. Sometimes you have technical skills certification, so that's worth a lot. At the same time, thinking about being realistic, especially during when the job description does not contain specific information about that. So doing your research, being prepared for the interview, and knowing your worth, like what Megan said, is the key to it.
Another question that's always asked is, what motivates you? What keeps you driving towards success and keeping in that growth mindset mentality? How do we talk about our motivations?
Yeah, this can actually be anything. There aren't right or wrong answers for this. Sometimes candidates might think, I need to provide the best answer, but then again, it's really about recruiters knowing what keeps you going, what keeps you excited. So being transparent as you can be, whether it's intrinsic motivation, helping others, or achieving personal goals. So as much as possible, just be honest with this question.
Part of what they're trying to uncover here is, what are your values? What motivates you? So for some people, if they really value their family, they'll probably talk about their family in that question. Some people, it's all about the money. And so money and competition drives them. Either way, it's okay to be open and honest about this question. Just consider what it says about you as a person and what you value in your life.